everyone. My name is Kelsey, and I'm going to take you through a short yin practice that you can do before bed, a nice way to wind down after whatever it was that you had in your day. Quite often we sit for a lot of the day, or we do other repetitive movements, motions, and our hips love to store all of that stress, all of that tension for us. So this is going to be a deep hip opening practice to prepare. Find your yoga mat, find a bolster or a pillow if you don't have it, and let's begin. Find your comfortable seat. If it helps, you can place your bolster underneath your hips to lift up a slight bit, but not necessary. You do not need to have perfect posture here. Yin is a deep surrender practice where the less effort, the better. So find your comfortable seat, let your hands land face up on your knees, and then close down your eyes. Something I like to do in my home practices is take a sleep mask and make the room really, really dark. This way I can tune into my body a little bit deeper, make it less about what it looks like, and shift more to how it feels. So if you have that, set yourself up in darkness and begin to connect to your breath here. To settle in, take a deep inhale to your belly, expand wide through your lungs. And through your mouth, let out a full exhale. 2 more there. Inhale, expand your belly, really feel it expand. Take in all the oxygen you can. And audibly sigh out through your mouth. Go, ah. One more deep breath like that. Inhale, expand. Feel your body stretch from the inside out. And through your mouth, sigh that out. Go, ah. And keep breathing here through your nostrils. Let your body fill up naturally as it does. And either through your nose or mouth, let your exhale flow. And just let your breath ride its own wave here. Not trying to control it or count it, but simply let it be. Our yin practice is the feminine practice. It's the creative part of our brain, the deep surrender, the trust. So if you feel like you're trying to control anything at this point before we even move into a posture, ask yourself what you need to let go of here. Whether it's ego or perfection or idea of what something is supposed to look like. Can you release those thoughts, those feelings, and simply trust that what you're about to do and what you're even doing now is perfect? It's meant for you, this moment. Take one more deep breath into that. Inhale, fill your lungs, fill your body up. And exhale through your mouth. Let go of what you don't need. Go. Now move very, very slowly. Your eyes can stay closed. Find a tabletop position on your mat with your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Keep your toes untucked here, pressing the tops of your shoelaces into your mat very gently. Start to undulate your spine by dropping your belly and lifting your gaze up, a cow pose. And round through your spine, tuck your chin to your chest, belly button in, press the floor away, cat pose. Move slower than you want to in this rhythm. Drop your belly, lift your gaze, feel your spine bend. And your exhale brings you back to that rounded place, a cat. Think a black cat with all their hair spiked up. Keep moving through this. Move very slow. This is just to tune into your spine, tune into how your body feels now at the end of your day. Maybe this is the first time you've given your body some love, some attention, and you might notice tension as you give attention. And start to breathe into that. Use your breath as that life force energy that heals that tension, heal that tightness with your own oxygen. Beautiful. Take 2 to 3 more rounds here. Let the fluid move through your spine, move through your joints. Keep your eyes closed if it feels okay. And find your way back into a neutral pose. We'll start by bringing knees nice and wide. Let your big toes touch behind you and sit your heels back into a child's pose. So you have a pillow or a bolster here, which is optional to help prop this pose up. So yin is a practice where we don't want to go to our deepest depths from the beginning. We want to find about 60% depth. So place the pillow underneath your chest. You can pull it in nice and close towards your hips. And then walk your hands forward so your chest rests onto the pillow and your face can rest too. Rest one cheek down, closing the eyes. And feel your hands as they reach forward. Are you trying to reach? Do you have a lot of effort there? Can you soften through both of your arms? So your forearms gently connect to the floor beneath you and your elbows rest. And as you land, take a deep inhale breath to your belly. Feel your belly against your bolster beneath you. And sigh out through your mouth. Go. Now we hold postures for a few minutes in yin. So try to be exactly where you are. You'll be here for a while, and where you notice this in your body is in the back line, starting from your hips up through your lower back, along your spine, rounding over your shoulders, and up each arm towards your fingertips. Can you send each breath to this part of your body as an energetic healing modality for yourself? allowing each exhale to be a sigh of relief, to undo any tension that's still living there. And at this point in the shape, if you feel like you have more depth, you can remove your bolster or your pillow and let your chest melt down towards your mat. And switch which side of your face is resting, just for balance. And we're not looking for force here. So if your hips sit a little higher, let them. And try to remove any focus of controlling what is supposed to be happening here. With each moment that passes, your hips will naturally become heavier towards your heels. You can imagine heavy weights that's pressing them down towards your heels naturally. You're not doing anything. You're letting your body do this for you. Our body is ever changing. And when we lean into that trust through Yin, we undo any sort of forced or pent up tension that we store in our fascia. So take 3 more deep breaths in this shape. And very slowly, when you're ready, press into your palms to lift yourself up out of your child's pose. Come back to a tabletop. And rebound from this by shaking your tail from side to side. A gentle rock of your hips to open up through each side of your glute. Feel this length as it connects down the side of your thighs. Continue with the natural rhythm of your breath here in this rebound. And tune into, how does my body feel? How does my mind feel? What do I need right now to honor how I'm feeling? And take one more rock from side to side with your hips. Even it out. And come through neutral, moving into a lizard lunge. Step your left foot beside your left pinky finger. And tuck your right toes to move your right knee further back. This will open up your hips generously. And immediately, if you notice you would like to go deeper, maybe feeling into that yang energy, can you give yourself a few moments to stay up high, whether your hands are flat on the floor or you're up on fingertips? Hold in this shape and let your body do the unraveling on its own. For many, this might feel like more than enough. For some, you might feel nothing. So find one breath where you are, and if you have the ability to go deeper, you can use your pillow or your bolster to come down onto your forearms. You can even heel toe your left foot off of your mat to create more space within your hips. And notice as you get into this shape, is your body shaking? Is your body fighting to be here? If that is the case, you might be too deep in. And you can always come out, pressing back into your palms. Find your 60% depth. What's 60% for you? And then soften through your shoulders. Let your chest be heavy. Let your head fall down. And find your version of stillness here. The unraveling happens when we can be with the sensation. So notice if you're trying to move out of it. Can you breathe through it instead? The hips are one area that store more tension than anywhere else on the body. And it's because our stress response, being fight or flight, freeze, is directly connected to the muscles surrounding your hip flexors. And when we don't use them to physically run from our stressor, they tense up. They stay there. We might get an email while sitting at our desk that triggers the stress response. And we just sit in it. So being here with your body is the unraveling, the undoing of the stored tension, both physically and emotionally. To be with the sensation, it is deep work. It's more than just a stretch. So at this point in your shape, can you move deeper? Or if you're perfect where you are, stay there. And connect yourself to your breath for 3 more deep belly breaths. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Deep belly inhale. Open mouth sigh. One more time, breathe in. And open mouth, go If you are on your forearms, gently press back into your palms. And slowly, slowly start to pull your hips back so you straighten through your left leg, the forward leg. Feel the release through your right hip as you transfer energy into the back of your left hamstring. Now your hips, they might still be quite lifted. This is a rebound pose. We won't be here long. But you also might be able to sit your hips all the way towards your right heel. And let your head stay heavy over top of your front leg. It's almost like a half split shape. Transferring energy, transferring tension to a different part of your body to release any emotional tension that may have come. Find 2 more breaths here. And lift your head up as you start to crawl yourself back forward. Step your left knee back, find your tabletop. Now we'll gently move into the other side for that. But before you do, just notice what you notice. Maybe you need to rock your hips from side to side. Maybe it's significantly different from left to right. And when you feel ready, step your right foot beside your right pinky. Tuck your left toes so you can open up the gate, similar to the other side. It's familiar. And you know how deep you can go on one side, but 2 sides, they are always different. So before you unravel too far, can you stay here for a few breaths? Meet yourself exactly where you are. And let out your exhale to land here, to arrive. And similar with your props, you can use your pillow or your bolster to lower down onto your forearms. Find your 60% depth on this side. And when you arrive there with your eyes closed, let your chest melt down in between shoulders. Let your head fall heavy. Let the unraveling occur on its own in divine timing. Some experiences in yin can be very transformative in terms of releasing stored trauma. in a society where we become so disconnected to our physical bodies and spend so much of the day in our mind, analyzing and working through problems, finding solutions. It can be rare to unravel all of the tightness and stored problems in our physical. So while this practice might feel like a good stretch, it can also really transform how you enter the world tomorrow. How you show up for others emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Surrender here with 3 more breaths. Take an inhale. Open mouth, go. Again, deep belly breath in, breathe in. Feel this in your left hip. And open mouth, sigh. One more time at your pace. Now, if you are down on your forearms, press back into your palms. Straighten through your right leg. Pull your hips back into this half split type shape. Walking your hands towards your body. Your hips may still be elevated. It depends on the spaciousness for you. And feel the transfer of energy, the focus to the back of your right hamstring. 2 breaths here. Very slowly crawl your hands forward so you can step back with your right knee into your tabletop. And you'll move on to one hip. So you can sit with your legs extended forward out in front of you. Using any sort of bolster or pillow underneath your sit bones might feel nice to lengthen your spine here again. But you may also want your pillow on your legs as we move into a deep forward fold. So start by lifting up through your heart. Pretend you're pointing your heart up towards the sky. And this movement is a hinge of your hips, hinging forward, hinge, hinge, hinge. Feel this down the back side of your legs, your hammies. And then eventually let your chest rest. It may not be to the depths that you thought it should be. But our point here, it's not force. So this could look like folding your bolster, your pillow in half until you find that sweet, sweet spot where you can rest and let the unraveling occur on its own. Find that spot for yourself in a seated forward fold. If there's any pain moving into this shape, you can slightly bend through both knees. You can place a rolled up blanket, pillow, or blocks underneath your knees if this is just way too much on your lower back. Not matching me, but finding what that is for you until you land in a place where surrender comes naturally. Because when we find that place where we feel we can rest, it gives our body the opportunity to feel safer to let go. Force is necessary in certain practices. I like the lesson of willful surrender, where we put the will in. Say you're going fishing. It takes will, it takes drive to get the fishing rod, prepare the bait, cast the line into the water. But then at that point, we wait. We let go. We surrender. You can't will a fish to bite your line. But by doing all of the right steps, you can trust that eventually it will come. So working with your body in a similar way here. Taking the steps to get into the posture where you can surrender deep enough that your body will give you exactly what you need. At this point in the shape, can you go deeper? Have you created space? Let yourself fold in there as your body does the unraveling for you. Come back to your breath here. And without moving yet, take a deep inhale breath into the back line of your body. Feel the fascia open up. And open mouth, let it go. Again, like that. Breathe in. And sigh it out. One more nourishing breath. Inhale. Open mouth. Exhale. Press your hands into your mat beside your legs and gently roll yourself up out of your forward fold. Bring your pillow to the back of your mat with you or just beside. And let's rebound here by placing your hands behind your mat, fingertips pointed away from your body. And let your head fall back to open up through your heart space in a shape where we were quite folded inward. Can you open up through your chest, through your shoulders, and even point your chin towards the sky? As long as this feels okay on your neck, you can even rock your head side to side. Move slow. And take 2 more breaths there. Sipping in the sweet, sweet oxygen. And very gently roll yourself down onto your back. You can bend through your knees to help protect your low spine here. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Feel a gentle rock from side to side to release any sort of stored tension that might still be existing in your low spine. And we'll take one more pose here together. Reclined butterfly. So bringing your feet down to your mat. Place the bottom of your feet together and let your knees come out. Now, this can be quite a deep opener for your hips. So if it feels like too much, you can bring your bolster or your pillow underneath your knees and let it act as a support for your knees. The further your heels are from your center line, the less of an opening you'll feel here. So playing with your shape, your rhythm, and let your palms rest on your hips. As you arrive here, continue with your deep, nourishing breaths. Let your exhale land you. Now, keeping hands on your hips can feel like a great connector to your own body, reminding you that you are aware of the tension, you are aware of the energy that you're storing. So you can stay there, but if you would like more of a full frontal opening, extend your arms overhead and grasp each elbow with your hands. Feel the opening as it trickles all the way from your tiptoes up your knees, into your hips, into your belly, across your chest and your shoulders, to elbows and each fingertip. Keep your chin pointed towards the sky so your throat stays open. And breathe here, let it unravel. Feel the deep healing energy as your breath moves through you on its own. Without asking it to your lungs work, without asking it to your heart beats. You are so divinely built. Through this practice, can you trust that your next step is meant for you? Can you trust the divine timing of your life? Find 3 more sweet breaths where you are. And if your arms have extended over top of your head, bring them back down to your thighs. Use the help of your hands to pull your knees towards each other. And you can keep your pillow under them if it's there to help set yourself up for our final rest, Shavasana. In Shavasana, let your heart stay open by rolling your shoulders in towards each other. Extend your arms beside you with palms up and take up space by bringing your heels nice and wide, mat width distance or more, so your toes can fall out. Keep your throat open with chin to the sky. And in order to land here, let's take a deep, nourishing breath together. Inhale to your belly. Open mouth, exhale. Enjoy your Shavasana. I will bring you back shortly. Now you can stay exactly where you are for as long as you'd like. I was gifted the New English version of the Tao Te Ching. And one page that might resonate for you today is, "He who stands on tiptoe doesn't stand firm. He who rushes ahead doesn't go far. He who tries to shine dims his own light. He who defines himself can't know who he really is. He who has power over others can't empower himself. He who clings to his work will create nothing that endures. If you want to accord with the Tao, just do your job, then let go." It feels like many of these teachings come back to the practice of surrender. My own self-discovery, that seems to be my life lesson. So if that resonates for you, I hope to continue teaching. From the bottom of my heart, I deeply appreciate your time. I'm so grateful to share this practice from wherever I am in the world. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you, and namaste.